Well, if you're a small business that's looking for money from the government, even a grant money from the government, you got to read this article. I mean, it's just amazing. It's typical how, God, we have so much money out there going to the wrong places, or people don't know it's there. Now, listen to this. Now the headline on this article, this is down from the Dallas News. If your business is in low income area, that's people in zip codes tell you what it is. The SBA has billions left in forgivable CD COVID-19 aid for you. The U.S. Small Business Administration says it's only used, listen to this now, 1.5 billion out of $30 billion. So they have $30 billion. They only gave out 1.5. That's 1.5 of 30. I don't even know what that is. That's 1/3% or whatever the hell it is. And it's just amazing to me. And it says it's for a certain zip code. In other words, they didn't want to give it to rich kids. Is what it boiled down to. And they can't get anybody to apply. And actually, later on in the article, it'll show you they're going to open it up to everybody soon. So that's why you have to know about it now, because it's going to be open to somebody. You have to check to see if you're in this or not, in this area that could get it now. And it's a $15,000 grant. See, the other thing I think why people don't call or apply, because it calls it a loan when it's really a grant. See, I mean, the jargon you have. Listen to this. Okay, I got to skim through this article for you. Nearly half of the U.S. population has been vaccinated, and states continue to drop pandemic-related restrictions. But small businesses are still struggling to recoup the losses they made last year. The SBA says it has billions of aid available, and that's the SBA coming after me now. No, I'm doing them a favor. They're trying to get people to apply. So they said they have billions in aid still available, but having trouble attracting business owners to want it. Well, I mean, what small business does want it? SBA only dispersed 1.5 billion of the 30 billion that's meant for small businesses. Later, the program, listen to this, later the program will be open to businesses outside those predetermined geographic areas. In other words, the lower income areas, it's going to be open to everybody. They got to get rid of the money, and they can't do it. They've been trying it for months. This money has been available for about 3 months now. Joe Biden's American Rescue Act, signed in March. See, March, what's today? June, March, April, May, June. That's 3 months ago, including additional aid to the nation's more than 30 million small businesses. Part of the package was $15 billion in additional funding for the Targeted Economic Injury Disaster Loan. That's the SBA emergency money. Okay, and another $5 billion for the supplemental. Okay, see, now it's really confusing, but don't be confused. We just go after the money, and if they say loan, say no. If they say grant, say yes. That's all. But you still have to apply. Both the targeted EIDL and the supplemental EIDL are forgivable. Okay, businesses could receive $15,000. That does not have to be repaid. Okay, one is $5,000, and the other is $10,000. So just apply. When they say loan, say no. Then they send you another. You have to apply for the loan. Then when you apply for the loan and get okay, then they send you the grant. And yes, I want that, but not a loan. Okay, no problem. The supplemental EIDL is for those hit worst by the pandemic. To qualify, a business must have 10 or fewer employees, be located in a low-income community, and identified by their mapping. The SBA has a map, and demonstrated more than 50% economic loss during the 8-month period. Both programs are open to small businesses. Listen to this. They're open to small businesses, sole proprietors, independent contractors. So you don't mean to have a business. You're just working and making money, and private nonprofits. So you don't have to have a business if you're not on a, like somebody's W-2, so you're just getting money. To apply to either program, small businesses must apply for the overreaching EIDL, which allows loans. So you have to apply for a loan of $500,000 and then say you don't want it. And actually, you can apply for a $1,000 loan, but it goes up to $500,000. So it says here, don't You don't need to accept the EIDL loan even or even be approved for it to get one of the low income target. So don't think you have to be, have a good enough credit to get a $500,000 loan, because most of us don't have that. So you don't have to do that to get approved for the grant. Okay, of the 30 million allowed in the Target Advance program, just 1.5 was given out. If a business was received an EIDL loan before, you could, and it was less than $10,000, you could get the rest now. So if you applied before, didn't get $10,000, you could apply. People see SBA, the people are not opening the SBA is sending an email, and the problem is everybody thinks it's junk mail and they don't even open it up. So you got to call them. Don't let them call you. Okay. You got to contact them. Fill out the form, sba.gov, EIDL. You'll see it there, very prominent on their website. And you make the one application that's for both grants, and just sit and wait and follow the rules. That's all you have to do. But you have to apply. They're not going to apply. And that's just amazing to me. I mean, the problem, when we throw out so much money like this, we're not set up to give it out. We're not set up to let people know about it. So nobody thinks. I mean, we live by experience. So we've never had experience getting free money from the government like this for our business. We don't know, where the hell is it? So that's why it takes effort, and that's what Let's Go Help is about. And that's what I try to do is know ahead of time. So that's why even if you go to that SBA side for the EIDL, you apply and they say you're not in the area now. Okay, what you want to do is wait until they change. Keep checking the site every day, every week, or whatever. Soon it's going to happen, because if they get enough publicity that people will start, applying and take it, then they ramp it up and everybody could apply. And that's what you need if you're not in one of those areas, not in a rich kid. See, they just want to give it to rich kids first. If there's money left over, they'll give it to rich kids. And that's the way. However, I was just looking at that data today about the overstimulus package. Man, about half of that stuff goes to rich people. The people who they get the stimulus checks. Okay, $2.5 trillion is sitting in the bank. People are putting in their savings account. They haven't spent it yet. Man, that's to get us out of a jam. People spend the money, or people who have no money to pay rent and stuff like that. They have to spend it, and it just goes to the wrong people. I mean, it's hard to run these railroads. It is. I mean, the bureaucracy. I mean, this is. We're so big and give out so much money. I mean, yourself, if you're big, I mean, we all make mistakes. So they're just multiplied when you're as big as the government. That's a third of our economy. So you make a 2% mistake, that's $1 trillion. You screwed up. More important, there's a lot of people really suffering. And that money should go to them who are suffering today. And the rich people who are putting in bank accounts, they don't need it. Well, no justice, right? No peace, no whatever the protesters say, something like that. It's a funny system. And of course, it's not fair, right? Who decides it's fair? Not you and me, somebody else. But we vote for them, so it's supposed to be fair. But who knows? What's fair for you may not be fair for me. So that's it. Make sure, check the SBA. You want the EIDL, apply. Just apply the goddamn thing. And find out what happens. Because nobody's applying. Help the bureaucrats make quota. They can't give away the money unless you apply. Please apply. These poor bureaucrats can't sleep at night. They can't make their quota and giving money for people. See, this is the only place in America that their quota is to give money, not to get money. Everybody else wants it. My quota is to get so much money this day, man. Not in the government. Their quota is to give so much money today. And these poor bureaucrats can't make their quota. So help them, please.